My kids go to a Jewish private school. My kids live in a neighborhood that has a lot of Jewish people in it. When Nora did soccer, it was with a Jewish league. Zach is in robotics with a Jewish league. My kids have always gone to an Orthodox Jewish sleepaway camp. And the teen travel program that Zach's going on this summer is a Jewish teen program. And there is nothing wrong with any of that. I do agree that teaching your children to only talk to other people who are just like them, that is a problem. But I want to explain to you why we choose to keep our kids in a Jewish community. And it really has nothing to do with the other children who aren't Jewish. We have a lot of laws that we follow. We have a culture that we're surrounded with. And when I send my kids to school, I want them not just to learn about all the history of the rest of the world and math and English and all of that, but I want them to learn Hebrew. I want them to learn our Jewish education, our Jewish history. And that's not something that they're going to get at a school that isn't a Jewish school. They're not getting that kind of education in public school. The leagues that they're a part of, there's no issue with there being sports on Shabbos and them not being able to go because everything follows the Orthodox Jewish laws. Are there kids in other leagues and they face those challenges? Absolutely, and that's okay. But we personally choose not to do that. And we choose to live in a neighborhood that has a lot of different shuls or synagogues to go to and lots of kosher restaurants and kosher grocery stores, convenience for us as Orthodox Jews who want to have those things around us with ease. And not every religious Jew chooses to live this way. I grew up in Seattle, Washington, where the Jewish community was much smaller. There was a bigger mix of religious and non-religious Jewish kids hanging out together. Though the school that I went to was a Jewish school, our leagues were a mix between all the different leagues from the neighborhood. But I want to be clear about one thing. Having your kids hang out with other kids religiously like them does not mean that you are teaching them to be closed-minded. Although there are many who are like that, because I don't want to pretend like everything's so perfect. There are definitely people who shelter their children in a way because they don't want them to see the outside world, and they stay in that way their whole lives. But having our insular communities and surrounding ourselves with other Jews does not mean that we as humans are not coming together. We teach our kids kindness and acceptance. And in fact, within the Jewish laws and our customs, that's something really important that we're teaching. Respecting your elders, that's a big one. And definitely not teaching judgment. Because some people were using the word segregation, and to me, that means where one group is looking down on another group. And that is not what we are doing by separating ourselves. We are not looking at ourselves as Jews as better than anyone else. Are there people who do? Sure, because there are people like that in every religion, in every background, in every ethnicity. Man, some people tell us as Jews we're closed-minded, and yet they know nothing about the Jewish people.